This podcast is sponsored by Release Winery. Every wine tells a story. Each growing season, it's our goal to create an artisan Napa Valley wine of exceptional quality. Join us as the story of this ultra-limited wine continues. Learn more at releasewinery.com.
Thank you for the opportunity to stay here with you and to tell something about the story of my family, the story of my region, and basically the story of my favorite wine, the Falerno del Massico, the ancient Falerno. But is also important for me and for the story of my wine. The Villa Matilde estate has been created from my father during the 60s with a special project to resuscitate the ancient Falerno wine. Falerno, 2,000 years ago, was the favorite wine of Julius Caesar, Marshall, Plinius, and many, many others during that time, and was something like a legend. But unfortunately, in the end of 19th century, the phylloxera destroyed 98% of the vineyards in the Falerno area. So my father, my mother dedicated 15 years of their life to study the ancient books in which Falerno wine was described and to try to rebuild, to resuscitate this ancient, important part of a neological story of the south of Italy, of my region, Campania. So you can understand that the story of my family is very strictly connected with the story of Villa Matilde and with the story of Falerno wine. Yeah, the changes was totally, but in the style of production, in the taste of the wine, but the terroir is exactly the same in which we produce the modern Falerno. The grape varieties are the direct descendant of the ancient grape varieties used since Roman's time to produce the Falerno wine of Julius Caesar. So we can say that in one end we have 2,000 years of history, in the other hand we have the best modern technology, and we want to blend these two important parts of our story. If you want, you can describe why the Falerno is born and what was the ancient Falerno in the taste and how he was produced, with that, what kind of rules the Romans used to produce this type of wine. Because you know that the grape varieties and the grape cultivation technique arrived in south of Italy during the first Greek colonization of south of Italy. Before the Greek people arrived in Italy, don't exist a cultivation and a production of wine in Europe, in Italy, in France, in Spain, because all the main grape varieties in the south of Italy arrived from Greek islands. So when the Greek population arrived in Campania region at first, in the Isles of Ischia, and then in the internal side of our region, they created many different colony and they planted their own grape varieties using the same technique that they have always used and they know very well in their Greek islands. So you can understand why the main grape varieties that you have in Campania are called Greco. Greco is not necessary to translate, mean grape varieties arrived from Greek islands, or in red, Aglianico. Aglianico is the Italian corruption of the ancient Latin name Hellenicum, that means again grape variety from Hellade, the ancient name of Greek island. Campania region is the region of Naples, and we are located in the south of Italy, not the extreme south like Sicily or Puglia, but we are closer to Tuscany and Lazio. So our climate condition are between the climate condition of Tuscany and the climate condition very dry of Sicily or Puglia. So Villa Matilde actually is located, and we own winery and cellars in two different areas of Campania. The area of Falerno del Massico, the ancient wine of the Romans, there, close to the border between Lazio and the sea coast, this one. And then close to Irpinian area close to Avellino city, in the middle of the region, a very cold mountainous area in which is produced Greco di Tufo and Fiano di Avellino white wines and the red famous Taurasi. For me, to produce Falerno wine and all the wine in my region is a big responsibility. We have 2,000 years again of production in this wine, and Falerno don't was just a wine. I said you before was something like a legend, the top wine in Italy and in Campania region during Roman Imperial age. So I want to stay in touch with this story. I want to have the right evolution. I want to find the right evolution in winemaking, in the flavors of my wines, in the characteristic of my wine. And Villa Matilde decide to remain a producer of grapes. We use just our own grapes produced in our own vineyards to produce all our wine with indigenous grape varieties. We have Aglianico, Greco, Fiano, Piedirosso. We don't have one vine of international varieties or different varieties. We want to study, to research, to develop the enormous potential of our indigenous grape variety. Yes.